and hopefully, at the moment it does look like frames per second is holding up. So, we're back with the final playthrough for this evening, and that is Hawthorne Ridge C.C, and this is by the red team captain, pithydoctorg, and he would like us to play from black tees, north wind, any strength, so set a prevailing wind, then severe, in terms of other key design features, severe and rocky property with large manufactured green styles, like Rayner Banks style. Okay, we can talk about that on the intro for those of you who are unfamiliar. Based on Yale, okay, which I know. Whippoorwill, which I mean, Dan shared a few pictures, so I've got a little bit on that. Sleepy Hollow, which I am familiar with as well. And we're going medium, like tougher CC, elite, depending on conditions. Okay, so we'll leap into this now. Let's go wind speed. We will go medium. I think we can go with gentler than what we had. And yeah, really looking forward to this one. So Dan is our red team captain. We saw Matt's with Claymont Ridge. With Dan's, we're looking at a very different style of course, and a very different style of design. So Matt, very artistic and visual with how he designs. Dan, very, very methodical, architecturally focused, with how he designs, totally different opposites ends of the spectrum. And let's have a little look around. So we've gone for Boreal with a big lake. Okay, so that's our Sleepy Hollow inspiration. So those of you who aren't familiar with Rayner Banks sort of style, we're looking at, so Rayner, very template, well, both of them were kind of template Golden Age design gurus, with these very deep flat bottom bunkers that you will see, and it looks like Dan has done a phenomenal job. Those very, very technically difficult and time consuming. Certainly a rocky severe property, yep, can see lots of that. Some awesome views out there. Dan with some nice looking planting. Matt is concerned, I would say. Yeah, so really, and yeah, then we've got this big river which is mirroring, I want to say, the Hudson, I think is the Sleepy Hollow one, and he's got some cool, okay, he's put in some work. Let's get, I mean, how much has Dan bothered with the off-course stuff? Later, Axel. Okay, so we've got a big kind of castle thing. Got here. Oh, like a little gatehouse. I'm gonna turn. Oh, I'll just kick you out. It's fine. So some mansions and things. Oh my goodness! I didn't even know what this. Is that a clubhouse? Huh. Some buildings I swear I've not necessarily seen before. Got like, oh, what have we got here? Like a little walk. Huh. A winding little park sort of thing. He's put in the effort. We got some more houses and things. Okay. Matt is really worried now. If Dan's going for the extras. Oh, and then we've got a little housing estate up here as well. He really has pulled out all the big guns. Oh no, this is our clubhouse area, sorry. Which has pool and tennis courts and very nicely planted. He has missed the memo about the red canvas panels though. Love the stairs from the putting green down to the first tee. What else do we have? Is that it? That might be it. Oh no, we've got some stuff down here as well. Oh, we've got a little housing development too. Ooh, and some fun rocky terrain, kind of reminiscent of Yupa. That's it. Excellent. Let's just go and enjoy the golf. So, with the Dan course, you're expecting lots of strategy and like everything being really thought out. You're promised a volcano hole. I'm sure there is one. And this one, now the flat bottom bunkers are a pain because they're really tough to make visually, to make it so that you can see them off the tee. Dan's done a really good job with the first one. You can see both of those off the tee, which is good. And sculpting looks pretty damn good. I would probably want to see the pan lowered a little bit considering where the fairway is, but given the way the land's moving, I completely understand why you haven't, because it makes it like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because of sightlines off the tee. Love the planting. Planting's really good. Tree lines really work. Didn't look ahead to the green, which feels at this point a bit of a mistake. So we're slightly blind over here. Go away, Jamie. Much as we love you. Alright, and we've got a green, cape-ish green. I don't know if I'm sold on all of the bunker shapes. Oh look, we get to see Jamie's ball heading off down there. Maybe that's where pin 1 is. Right, little lobe on this bit of bunker, I'm not... Just feels a little close to the edge there. I do like where the next tee is. No criticisms on routing here. Alright. Green is big and wild, and I really will be interested to play some of these pins. So I'm assuming we've got one here. Oh, you're pin 3, I'm pin 2. Fine. I'm assuming we've got one back here, one up here. Probably. I'm going to go with there, I guess, but there could be different spots. And if we had taken the more aggressive approach down the left, we could have seen it. We're using the slope more as a backstop. I just kind of chickened out. Really strong first hole. Not the stereotypical gentle handshake. And we've hit the wrong side of the spine, so it's... yeah. Planting's really good. I think the tree lines make this. So I mean, with all of these, I had the privilege of being in the Discords with people while they're making them. And so with Dan's, it was really interesting to watch his process of just all of the holes went with literally zero environment around them. So no planting, nothing, just sculpting and shaping, and that was it. And then it just all kind of slowly started getting planted around it, which has been a method I can never manage. Well, this is stunning. And he's got a river. Hold on. Not only has he got a river, he's done one of his the doubtful river things that go downhill. That's very cool. I love this green site. I think I love that one even more. Planting over here is just really good. The grass blending is... he really is. I don't think it's a stretch to say I think this is the best your planting has ever been. Like, mixture of grasses and things. Not sure about the 3 bushes that are like dead in a row. I might try to mash those together a little bit more. When they look like separate objects, I try to change them a little bit more. Right, but personal preference again. Rocky area out the back is great. I mean, I know, because I'm working on one at the moment, how hard these low creeks are to get right. The little bit of planting between them and the spacing and everything is just really, really good. Okay, time to hit a shot. Love this hole. Yeah, did not want to hit fast. Kind of figure that the green might take it down, but I might just be stuck on that middle tier. Yeah. I do enjoy that there's probably a couple of different ways to get that close. not bad, but okay, 2 holes in, really impressed. Oh, I didn't do a little bit of a shout out for Pithy in terms of people who are watching and don't know what other courses he's built. So Pithy won the CC contest a couple of years back with St Cyrus. Has also created Santa Ynez, which was used recently by 2K. Saxondale was an awesome, probably the first proper go at Heathland. We had rocky area here, looks great. Last year's World Cup was Bragg Highlands, which was really cool and had a couple of different tricks and really relied on ground game and things like that. There'll be some others I'm forgetting. But yeah. Okay, par 5. Again, really good look over the water. I think of things I might try to vary a little. The only thing I'm spotting is like the odd little bits where you might try to vary your height on this just a touch. It's very flat. Like bring a little bit up, lower a bit. Again, love the planting and the way it's filling the space. It's trying to default me to 3-wood, which I don't want it to do. I don't think, obviously, can't clear that here, but be able to hit out to here. Done really well not to get any of the tees or greens in shadow as well, because I think, yeah, because that would have been really difficult while still framing the holes. Awesome skyline approach. The fog layer is so good down there. I know other people have pulled this trick before, but I think that's just a really cool look. Kind of talked about this with Scottish's course, but one of the things I always think of with pithy courses is like, particularly Bragg Highlands. The par 5 approaches tend to be probably the best shots on the course. Right, this is saying up to be no exception. Little rocky outcropping behind the green is great. Just the only thing that is slightly confusing, not confusing, but I don't know if you needed some of these little lobes on the bunkers. Bunker sculpting is very good. It's not quite perfect. We can raise little bits there, but given how difficult they are to get right, that's really flipping good. And I think there's only one person who can do them like perfectly. I did not want the fast. Hoping to try to play off that slope, and we're going to be long. Oh no, maybe not. Getting away with a couple of really loose shots. Comrade Joe, indeed. There? 174s. Huh. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They're like, yeah. See, these ones definitely fit a little better to my eye. But, personal preference. Can't please everyone all the time. I will say I think you've made a great decision to go with the brown grass to offset all the green trees. And that works really nicely. It also works really well with the base texture, which I think you've managed really well as well, because this like browned out texture in boreal can turn on you really flipping quickly. What's our strategy here? Hit to a hump, and I think this is the classic. Do you want a pitch shot hole? Let's take the pitch shot. Yes. Oh, please stay in the fairway. Okay, we're getting a pitch shot from heavy rough, which is not what I wanted. Yeah, this is not great. That might be alright. No, it's not. False fronts, when done well, are so good because so you could have stopped the green here, and the reason you haven't is because this will take the ball further away from the green than if the green had just stopped here. If the green had just stopped here, I would have a chip from here because of how this game works with fairway. But also we can potentially putt off the front of this rather than, yeah, rather than just putting slightly off the edge of the green. A little bit of a false front. It's good, but this is very much. I guess this is some of the bank's influence. It's very, very out there and in front of you. Just a really boring round so far. A couple of 3 pars and an eagle. Yeah, this is perfectly framed. I mean, if only, I know we talked about this, if only you could have got the river in view, but there's no way you would have been able to do that with the elevation change. But from that green, the looks that you would get, yeah, that's pretty tasty. It's pretty cool. We'll have a little look in a second. One thing I probably would have been tempted to do would be to cut your tee box about here so we can expose a little more of the high side there. You haven't missed, well, framing on this side is just perfect. Scaling's great. The rocks there, really nice touch. I'd just like to feel that fall off even more. If we cut the tee box there, we can probably see a little bit more. Or shuffle the tee forward a touch. Either or. Probably a mix of both. Okay. Bunkering around this green is superb. And I love that it looks like just one pure strip of bunker rather than, can't really tell that there's that gap between them. Really impressed with the bunkering. Like, because you did, oh, that's the other one that I didn't mention. Shawnee Run was a similar sort of bunkering style. And yeah, it's a lot more successful here. Hell of a view while the ball's in the air. Well, that's a birdie I'm very happy to get. That's, not sure which one I prefer between that or 3, or 2 even. Yeah, that's a fun trick. I did that for a while and then they just got it. I think you start getting a little bit too perfect with it sometimes. Love this. The blend of rocky and natural areas is great. Openness on this part of the plot is really cool, but also, I mean, open, but the way you've planted the trees just to give hints of the openness without it seeming empty. Really good. Okay, so this one is just try to hit the fairway. After 2, okay. Exactly. And you don't notice any of the differences. I've given myself another uphill pitch, which I think actually could be alright. Yeah. I definitely don't think that's my favourite hole, but I also know that's the one you fought with the most, so I'm trying not to. It's a good connector hole, but what was was it 3 or 4? 4 was the drive and pitch hole. Kind of feel a lot of what 6 has just tested, 4 tested a bit better. But yeah, you get we get those holes. This one is a little sister hole to JC's 6th, maybe 5th. His drivable 4. Love the bunker layering, and you really don't want to miss this side. You definitely don't want to miss the bunkers. 4, I don't know. It's numbers, and one of them. I don't know if I want to go for this. Yeah, that is definitely greater good. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I do not want to be in the bunker, do I? I want to be there even less. Yeah. This is where these bunkers are so good. And it's gone. Disappointed about the lack of red flags. That's yeah. That's an annoying par 4 on a short hole. Okay. Eh. I guess we had to have one, didn't we? Visually, I think I'd like to be seeing fairway coming around here. It's looking a little bit like a straight line, which I guess it kind of is. I think it's this bunker that's throwing me off. But then that could also be that my brain just constantly wants to see diagonals. I don't know. Something about the left side of this, because the planting's cutting in nicely. Or you could bring the bunker out a little bit and just bank it around. I do like the spin on the Beerus with the two little spines, like funneling the ball inwards. Can tell that would be an absolute bastard to a back pin. I do not know it, but oh, okay. Oh, I might have seen that actually. Love the little fence work here. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Beerus fan. I'm probably not the right person to comment on that. I'm trying to think. I feel like we've tested this sort of diagonal carry a couple of times. It might just be the once. Feels maybe a touch similar to 6, which again I think is just a sign more that you're fighting 6 rather than this one. This is our cape, isn't it? Really cool green. Hey, Andre. Nobody talked you out of it. Yeah, that's the way. Hope you had a good. You don't know if it's template or not. Andre, hope you had a good stream, guys who are joining us. Thank you for popping on in. So we're just about to finish the front 9 on pithies. Were you playing? Were you designing? What were you up to? Ah, oh, the baby nap stream. Yeah, I can sympathise entirely there. Awesome. Love the little view through to this hole. That's nice. And we're having a... Yeah. Good. Oh, I hope that went well. I will catch the video tomorrow morning. Stay high, stay high, stay high. Thank you. Well, that's a pretty solid front nine again. Ah, great news. Okay, so this feels a bit like... Definitely getting some of the vibes that we get with Yupa, where the back nine just goes through a little bit funkier terrain. Great sightline here all the way down to the flag. What are we looking at here? So like front plateau. Yeah, don't want to miss left. Yeah, it's really good. Thanks, Andre. No worries. Green is simple and seems really effective. I wish I had one of the pins over here, but that'll come with future playthroughs. Really enjoying the little areas you've done to tie in green to next tee, like this rocky outcroppings and the stairs. Really simple, but really well done. I like that it's not pure template either. Like there's definitely, like, these are just holes you've found and gone with. I don't know how much there was to that drive, but I might have just missed it. That's okay. Not everything needs to be super challenging. Again, just some really good looks. Managed to fluke a couple of very flat putts as well. Yeah. Okay, now we head back out open. Trying to work out if I'm feeling like this feels just a touch too open. More like trees between the holes, but I'd have a Gary Player moment. Yeah, I think you could have gotten away with clumping a few more trees. I think just a few more trees here, and that would maybe block it in a touch more, but I don't know. Personal preference, probably. Yeah, this has been... It's an impressive course. Oh, I wanted to be further right. I've just seen the green site. Oh, thank you. I did. This is one where I love the green site. I think I would have done everything possible not to make this blind. I'm not dinging it because it is blind, but I think it would be better if it weren't. This little spine here, though, is genius for just pushing slightly, like shots that are just are good but are in danger of going really bad. Just pushing them back online, I think, is great. And then we've got the big kind of Redan kick. I think this is very much a Shelter Island vibes. Okay. Come on, wind. Oh, that needs to kick left hard, and it's not going to. Yeah, I mean, it totally works strategically. I think you've got one of your best views on the course, and it's kind of a bit blocked, which I know they do that on fishers though, so obviously there's a market for it. Consider that one very much personal preference. Yeah, but that's you're allowed to remake the greatest hits every once in a while. I think if I have one quibble strategically, I feel like I've faced this challenge on a tee shot a couple of times of like cutting the corner right. I feel like there's now been like 3 dogleg rights. Dramatic reveal is true. Yes, I do get that. Didn't quite get to the flat plateau, but okay, I think. I really appreciate coming back into like the wooded area after the big open. Like the only thing as I said, I'd tie it in just a little more by extending the trees down to there. But I think this little amphitheatre area is so well done. That rock wall is quality. Contest of rock walls and Swiss. But that makes it feel like this green site is timeless and has been here forever, and that works really well. And again, ties us into that next tee site, which for a string of 3 pretty parallel holes, these don't feel parallel, which is always a good sign. Did not want the slow. Did want the slow. Did want the slow. Definitely. Awesome view again. So I guess that's where you go, well, if we'd had those trees, then we wouldn't be seeing half of this, which would be a shame. So, yeah. Oh, what a dreadful putt. So fair enough. Loving this. Interested to see where the back 9 continues going. The little quarry area is cool. Yeah, I know you spent ages kind of routing it and thinking it all through. And okay, long par 4 is good because we have not had many of them. Kind of diagonal hogs back thing to navigate. So if we're too far right, we're kicking off down here. If we're too far left, we're kicking off down there. Fun. Tough driving hole, even though there is a lot of width, there's real potential for danger there. Would be interested to see how that one plays with shorter drivers. Quality green site. This one's, yeah, I guess we could argue this one's more of a cape than the previous one, but with a lot of helping slopes. Oh, I got distracted by the scenery in my downswing. The planting all the way down there is brilliant. And there's definitely bits. What I'm really enjoying this. You definitely have to play left. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad it's good that it changes how you play rather than you just can't play the hole. What I really like about doing these sorts of playthroughs is you see things that people have done on previous courses and like little areas that, like, there was planting on Bragg Highlands that did this sort of like down a ravine thing. I'm thinking on the par 3s out on the bluff. And it's really cool to see that, like, those little vibes come up again, just in a different place. Go in. Damn. Oh, I knew I shoved that. Ah. Damn. Deserve bogey on. I'd say that would be one of the toughest holes on the course. This is very cool as well. Little quarry hole. stairs and the little rock work and burying bushes and things. Cool little fence and yeah, road back in. And this just all feels very natural. That little bunker's just brilliant. Like, very funny. Have you ever actually found that? I think this is a really good change of pace par 3. Par 3s, Biarritz aside, I think par 3 is the strongest set in the competition. And even then, I don't hate the Biarritz as much as I'm making out. Probably. Sorry, Matt. Par 3s are really flipping good. And this is a fun part. Oh, so close. Really good blend of like the base terrain in Boreal and then those rocks as well, and really cool view back down that ravine. I've got to say, when I first saw this plot, I did not think it had this sort of potential. Just goes to show what a bit of vision can do for you. Okay, this is a little bit quirkier. We're just going to play this one and find out. This is pretty wild. Oh, that's not what we needed to do. Well, where can we lay up here? Not there. Oh. Okay. I thought it had been pretty wild already, but planting here again is really good. Like, it's not overdone. Given enough space, like, it would have been very easy to cram more planting in here. You don't need to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough. Oh, 63 feet uphill. Which means... okay, it's probably about there? That is a tough approach if you miss that high plateau. Really cool use of elevation change, and just how far uphill were we? Oh, I don't think I can find out, can I? Peter Green, I wouldn't be totally surprised if that was level to only slightly up. Really fun par 5, very creative. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing this one. That's a good pin for us to have. That's gonna put me pretty close to the bunker, right? And that's too much, and I don't want to pitch in at this green. Marshall driver it is. Sit down. I think we're okay. Okay, and then we're dealing with wedge plus elevation plus wind, which I'm not very good at. So 102 plus 36 is playing like 112, 113 or so. Into wind, I think we're going gap wedge. Ah, did not want to slow. Again. Annoying. Yeah, agreed. Take a 4 here. I think over the whole course, the use of elevation has been outstanding. Oh, so this is our volcano. And we're hitting a long par 3 to a green that falls away on all sides. The fairway in front is pretty hilarious. And it makes it look like it's a very angry face with two eyes here, shouting at you. Bridge work on the left is really good. The rocky area right, great. Don't think this one quite lives with the other par 3s, but I think it does fill a really nice strategic gap. And that's not a comment on this one as much as just more saying the other par 3s are really flipping special. I think that's a very good hole. It's just not quite as special as the others. But I do think it complements the others really nicely. And then 18, we go back up towards clubhouse. Big green, so reminiscent of 1. Load of bunkers around the green. Okay, so those are protecting us for a different tee or range? Gotta have a driving range. Cars in the car park? I can see some cars in the car park. He's covered all the bases. And we got a reverse camber hold finish. So, although we've got bunkers on the inside. Oh, I could have sworn I saw a car. Jamie will be happy. Oh, that's not reverse camber. Damn it, Dan. I might not get there. Oh, not with that. That one didn't feel like me. This is an unfortunate way to end. That. Jamie does approve. Excellent. Yeah, the back 9 definitely showed its teeth, but like that's a classic of more elevation change in wind. I find really hard to deal with. And there were, yeah. I mean, that's really good. I think that will pose some interesting matchups. I think it would be interesting to see where you pair this with. Wouldn't be surprised to see this and Yupa go together. I think those two complement each other really nicely. But there's a ton of other courses that play sort of the same way. What have I got? I mean, interesting that we've got 34-36 split, and the front 9, as you mentioned, really short compared to the back 9 longer. So that kind of makes sense with how I shot. And yeah, I mean, works. Par 3s I thought were the real highlight, as were second shots into par 5s I thought were outstanding. We only had 3 of them, and all 3 really, really memorable. What else? I actually, you know what, I reckon I preferred the holes kind of on the inland part with your tree-lined holes. I actually think I preferred. I thought the atmosphere there was so good, and the environment was nailed. Planting, it's your best planted course, and given that that's the area I know you probably have worked the hardest on, right? That's adding another strength to a strength. Strategically varied. I thought there were just a couple of holes, maybe 1 or 2 too many, where we were bunkers on inside right, on a dogleg right. But I think your problem child really there was 6, and I know all too well, once you step away from an initial idea, it's very hard to come up with something that isn't replicating another hole somewhere. So I think that probably was that was a kind of a what have you not done yet moment, and then go with that. But that's probably the one. Yeah. What else would I mention? I'm trying to think of things I can really nitpick, and I haven't got that much. 18. I mean, I would want to play 18 from the fairway to see if it. I'm not sure 18 can quite hang with, or I want to say even 13 to 17 is such a good stretch. So I'll be interested in playing that another couple of times and seeing how 18 works as a finisher. But yeah, a hell of a publish, and I mean, what a set of 3 courses this evening. Been really, really cool to see. All of those will do really, really well in the contest. It just keeps on giving. Anyway, that's going to be me done for the evening. So we're going to be back, probably not tomorrow night. So the next time, I might stream some design tomorrow night. We'll see. And then I'm basically waiting on trying to do publishers in 2s or 3s so that we can catch them. So the next time we've got a couple of publishers out, I'll hop back on. Thank you very much for hanging out, and yeah, see you later.